Alright, what we're going to do today is we're going to do a Texas beef brisket. This is about a 13-pound brisket. You can see I've already chopped the point from the flank. I do my briskets this way. Find that I get the best production out of cooking a brisket on the smoker when you cut it in half. Separate the flank from the point. Put the rest, all the rumors of anybody that needs to do mustard, all these brown sugar rubs. I don't do any of those in my marinades or my rubs. As a matter of fact, I don't do a rub at all. All we're going to do with these briskets right here, we're just going to use this right here. Claude's marinade, brisket marinade. You can pick it up anywhere. You're going to pour it in the bag. Let these briskets marinate in this sauce for about 8 hours. Get up in the morning and put the briskets on the smoker. So right now, just open it up, shake it up real good. Open these up, dump them in. Since you got two bags, I got two different bags, I'm gonna do about half a bottle with each bag. Anytime you're doing a marinade, you want to be sure that you turn these meats while they're inside your refrigerator. That way that your meat will get this marinade on both sides, evenly distributed. So that's one bag. Gonna do the same thing right here on this bag. Just dump it in. These bags that I'm using are turkey bags. You use to cook the turkeys in. You get them at any Walmart, anywhere like that. Get all the air out of this bag. Twist it up real tight. Put your seals on them. The seal nice and tight, or that fluid will leak through get your refrigerator all messy. You get all the air out. Now you got your two briskets, you got your marinade. You just let it sit in that marinade overnight, and we'll be back in the morning. That's it for now. Okay guys, so these briskets have been marinating for about probably 9 hours. Marinated them while I was asleep last night. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. We got our briskets out of the marinade. See both of them right there. Got our pit. You can show it. It's dark. Our pit. First thing you want to do, get out of the light. First thing you want to do is get your chimney, get your coals nice and hot. You want to light them inside that chimney right there. Okay. Get your coals nice and hot. Need to be hot before they dump them in the smoker, in the firebox where they're gonna go. Also be sure that you got your good supply of wood. You guys can see that, it's dark. But anyways, I got a lot of wood right there. What I use to smoke with is mesquite. It's the best thing that you can find here in Texas. Gives the briskets a real good taste. So we'll go ahead and let those coals sit for a little bit longer. And we'll be back whenever we throw these briskets on. Alright guys, so as you can see, we've got our coals nice and hot. Get that gray turn on when they turn gray. You know they're ready to go. You got your wood. I got my wood right here. This is what I'm going to start out with. Got a whole lot more than that. So it's going to be about a 10-hour smoke on this grill. So I've got my wood. Like I said, I got a lot more of it. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and dump this in your smoker. Let that get nice and hot in there, in that firebox. You can see those coals are nice and hot. They're ready to go. Anytime you're trying to heat your smoker up, you want your vents on your smoker all the way open. So you'll kick all your vents open. And be careful because they can be hot. Open that chimney up. It's kind of dark, guys. Sorry, I know you can't see too well. I like to go ahead and throw my wood on. So go ahead and get your wood in. Now, a lot of people use wood chips. I prefer to use logs. Anytime you're doing a brisket or anything that's going to be a long smoke, I like to use the logs. I find that you can maintain your heat better. So yeah, use the logs, guys. We're gonna wait for the fire to heat up to 250. Once it gets there, we're gonna go ahead and put them briskets on. All right, so as you can see, we got a good fire going on in that box. It didn't take long for this grill to heat up because those coals were so hot. So let's see where we're at right now. We're at about 210. So that's good enough for me. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these on. I like to cook my briskets as close to 250 as possible. So we'll go ahead and throw these on. Get the grill to 250. Once it gets to 250, you want to adjust your vents, your chimney vent right here, and also adjust your side vents. Just remember, whenever your vents are open, it's going to be hotter. When they're closed, that's going to cool your grill off. So we'll go ahead and put these briskets on. Grill's hot enough for me, so go ahead and throw them on. Okay, so there they are. They're on the grill. You're gonna want to smoke these for about 2.5 hours before we check them again. So we'll put them on the grill. Like I said, 2.5 hours. If you want to make a brine, that's fine. What I use out of my brine is I use the leftover clods of marinade. Works great. That's all you really need. So just be sure that you save your drippings from these briskets, and you can use it as a brine. You want to put that on every 2.5–3 hours. So like I said, don't check the grill for 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. All right, we'll be back here in a little bit. Take a look at these briskets here in about 2–3 hours. Just wanted to get everybody a better look at what I'm smoking on since it was so dark earlier. This is just a little New Brunswick smoker. As you can see right here, temperature's right at 250. Like I said, the reason that happens is because you got so much wood in here in the box. You got your vents. It's all you want to leave them open, just enough to breathe. Top vent, just barely open. We've been maintaining 250 for about 30–45 minutes now. So we'll be back. Show you the brisket. So it's been about 3 hours, so we're gonna check this brisket, see how it's looking. It's about 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning. And that's what it looks like after 3 hours. There's our mop sauce. That's the Claude's marinade. I'm gonna put this on. Be liberal with it when you're putting it on. Put a lot of it on. Which happened just laps before they lost their leader. It was only known to Dave's brilliance as he was surrounded by his three leading drivers, Dale Jr., Steve Park, and Michael Walsh. There's one time during the race that all four of us were around watching. She put it on all sides. That's pretty wet. They're nice and wet now. One part I forgot to include earlier is be sure that you get a water pan. See mine right there. Fill it up. You can use anything as a water pan, just be sure it's full. Alright, let these babies cook for another 3 hours. Take a look at our menu. Alright, so it's been about another probably about 3.5 hours since we checked this brisket last time. We'll go ahead and take a look at it now. Take a look at our temperature. It's right there at 250, just like I like it to be. So we'll go ahead and raise the hood. Take a look and see how this brisket's coming along. There's those briskets in there looking very nice. They're looking very nice. So go ahead and put another layer of mop on them, even though they got a lot of grease on them, but we'll go ahead and put some more mop on them. Like I said earlier, you want to keep them nice and wet. Biggest key to smoking brisket or any other kind of deal is to make sure that your temperature is at a good temperature. 250 is where I like to smoke all my meats. I'm going to make sure that they're nice and constant 250. You have to check your briskets often to keep this happening. Check your temperature often. These briskets are looking really, really good. Always remember the rule, if you're looking, you're not cooking. So the less you look at these things, the better they're going to cook for you. So like I said, these briskets are looking excellent. So we'll go ahead and close this back up. Look another 3 hours. Alright, so it's only been about an hour and a half since the last time I checked these briskets, but whenever I did check them, I went ahead and did a internal temperature read on them, and they were right at about 160 degrees. So that's about where I like to pull these briskets off and go ahead and wrap them in foil, put them back on the grill, let them smoke for about another 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours wrapped in the foil. Your ideal temperature on the inside is going to be about anywhere from 190 to 200. I like to get them to about 200 degrees. They slice real well at that temperature. So at this time, what we're going to go do is take them off the grill, wrap them in foil, and then put them back on here in just a second. So we'll take a look at them, see how they look. So there's the briskets for you, and they're looking nice and dark. Got a good smoke on them, real good smoke. So nice and moist. That's exactly how we want them to look. And go ahead and pull them off. good look at them right there. They're looking really good. Go ahead and close this back down. Pull them off and wrap them in foil and put them back on here in just a second. Alright, so now as you see, I got them wrapped in foil. And we'll put these briskets back on to smoke probably another 2 to 3 hours. Now after that, they should be ready to go. They're cooking really well. So after another couple hours, we'll see where we're at on the internal temperature of these things and see how close we are to having them done. So just go ahead and put them back on the grill. Cook them at 250, 2 hours. Check the temperature. Make sure you have a meat thermometer. And we'll check the temperature after that. Alright, so these briskets are done. Just pulled them off the grill. You can see right here on this temperature, right at 200 degrees. So when they're at 200 degrees, they're finished. Next thing I'll show you after this is whenever we're cutting them up. See how they look whenever we cut them. Alright. That's about 11.5 hours smoke time on these briskets here. Alright, so this is the end result of the brisket after it's been on the pit for 11.5 hours at 250 degrees. We've got an internal temperature of 200 degrees on this brisket right here. So we're going to go ahead and cut it up and see how it looks. Alright, so here we go. We'll just go ahead and cut some off of here. As you can see, it's got a good smoke ring right here. Nice and done in the middle. There's your fat. I always leave my fat on. You can always cut it off later. But your fat gives you most of your flavor, so I'll leave it on. But as you can see right here on this brisket, it's done. Looks great. It's ready to eat. So just a review, 11.5 hours on the smoker, 250. The last 3 hours I did wrap it in foil, and the only thing that the wrapping in foil does is it cooks the inside of the meat right here. Gets it up to the 200 degrees that you're looking for. So this brisket's ready to eat, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna eat it. Thanks for watching the video.